Hi, guys, and welcome back on our podcast. And in this week's episode, I'm gonna speak about choosing your path or your future. Because as this year's senior, I am facing a lot of those thoughts that I need to do something or like need to be someone or like need to choose who I'm gonna be for the rest of my life. And yeah, today we're gonna put some attention onto that. So yeah, enjoy. So, guys, I already recorded an episode saying that it does not make sense to just make a decision and call it for the rest of your life. We should choose something we're interested in right now. Um, but it's really difficult, especially when you're like choosing between something like creative or that like you may like now, but you're not sure if you're gonna like it in a few years, and you're gonna choose a safer option because you want to do good in life. I have a lot of ideas of what I want to do. It's not like I have no clue what I want to do in life. I have a lot of ideas, but I'm not sure about any of them. It's like I'm interested in nothing, or maybe everything does interest me. And that's so weird because I thought that when I'm gonna be older, I'm gonna know who I want to be and who I want to be like in a job, who I want to become, and what I'm gonna want to do in my life. Um, it's like I want everything, but nothing particular. So when somebody tells me that they want to be rich, as I usually tell my friends, I want to be rich and I want to be great and all of that stuff. But that basically means nothing because it's nothing in particular. It's just you want everything, which means that you want nothing. Um, and also, when I'm facing a lot of those people, when they say that, oh, that this is like delusional, that you're not gonna do this, you're not gonna be this, and you're that like that this is just not possible. You need to just remember that this is not your cage, that this is their cage, and you need to realize that they're living in their reality, which is their cage, and you can be a totally different person. You don't need to look for support. You don't need to look. This is something I deal with a lot. That you don't need to look for people to support you in what you're doing. You can do it on your own. It's like whenever I want to do something, I always ask a friend to, I don't know, take a part in this like stuff with me, so I won't be alone there. But the truth is that you can do it alone, and you don't need anyone to support you doing that. To not look for acceptation before like pursuing your goal. When I have a lot of those kind of thoughts in my head, I try to take a break and I just think that I'm gonna end up where I'm meant to end up. And this calls me so many times because in my head there is this console like war between my thoughts of who I want to be, who I don't want to be, who I want to end up like, and who I don't want to end up like, and just all of those like ideas. And I'm just stressed that I may choose something bad, but the truth is that you will choose something right, and you will end up exactly where you were meant to end up. So, and this literally gives me a lot of comfort while being a senior. Guys, I love this quote from Alice in the Wonderland, and I think it resonates so good with the whole like choosing your major in college or your future job. It really does, and it goes like this: that if you don't know where you want to go, then it doesn't matter where you go. And this is kind of the same as I said. If you want everything, you want nothing, because also remember that when something is everyone's, it's nobody's. If you don't know where you want to go, you can go everywhere and it still won't make any kind of value to you because you don't know where you want to be. I found another quote on Pinterest and it goes like, at some point you're gonna decide for yourself who you're gonna be, can't let anybody make that decision for you. And this is so true because this is your life. You can be whoever you want. You can fail, but you need to be your own person. You can't let someone make that decision. So it needs to be your decision. You need to decide who you want to be in life. And don't define yourself. Don't say that I'm this and I'm that, because to define is to limit. I say this all the time, that you really need to just be yourself and don't make yourself fit into any kind of standards, because, as I said, to define is to limit. Also, I think it's important to have that in the back of your head, that you may choose something wrongly, but you can always change it. You make a decision and you can change it, or you can do better next time. You can always just because you were somebody or you did something doesn't mean, or you decide on something doesn't mean you cannot change it. There are some decisions that you will lose time, but it does not matter, because in the end of the day, the most important thing is, I think, to be happy. And if you're gonna decide something and you're gonna be miserable for a year, it's better to change that and lose maybe the half of year you spent on the wrong major in college and just be happy after it, Because 5 years in a college you don't like, or lose 6 months and be happy in a different major for the rest of for 4.5 years, it's much better, guys, I would say. And to end the episode, I'm gonna ask you a question. What are you looking for, and have you ever gotten close? And yeah, guys, thank you for listening, and thank you for being here with me. And I wish you a really nice week.